Hello everyone, and welcome again to Unlocking an Abundant Africa. I am Segun Oke, your host, Orchard. Let me begin with a simple picture. Now imagine you're walking through an orchard. One tree is full of healthy fruits. Its leaves are green, its branches are strong, and it promises an abundant harvest. Right behind it is another tree. Its leaves are yellowing, its branches are withering. Its fruits are small, bitter, and dying. Now, imagine watching a farmer walking over the unhealthy tree, pulling out a bowl of insecticides, and began spraying the leaves. From a distance, it looks like action. He's busy, he's responding, he's doing something. But anyone who has ever cultivated a tree would simply ask, why are you treating the leaves when the problem could be in the root? This is because experienced farmers understand something that many people have forgotten. And this is because you don't cultivate fruits. What you cultivate is the condition from which fruits emerges. So the farmer knows that the harvest itself began long before the harvest season begins. It begins with the soil, with choosing good seeds, with protecting the soil, with watering, and with pruning, with resisting the pressure to rush, only what time can produce. Now he knows that no amount of activity during harvest can compensate for neglect during cultivation. Then it struck me, perhaps societies are more like orchards than we realize. And perhaps this explains why nations can desire the same thing: peace, prosperity, opportunity, security, yet experience totally different outcomes. Maybe we have spent too much time examining the fruits and spent too little time cultivating the orchard itself. When unemployment rises, corruption spreads, insecurity grows, public service decimates, trust disappears, these are serious problems. They deserve serious attention. But perhaps they are telling us something. Perhaps they are the leaves. And this means visible signs of deeper conditions that have been developing over the years. So what do? We respond. We pass new programs, new laws, new projects, new policies. Sometimes these actions are necessary, but if the roots are neglected, the leaves will continue to tell the same stories. And it does not matter how much we spend, because no healthy tree is sustained by treating its leaves. It is sustained by treating its root system. Now, notice I didn't say the root, I said the root system. And this is because prosperous societies are never produced by one policy, one president, one leader, one idea. It doesn't happen. They emerge from many healthy systems working together. Family cultivate character long before children enter the marketplace. Schools cultivate curiosity, excellence, hard work, discipline long before graduates enter the workforce. And businesses teach whether value creation or manipulation is rewarded. The court also teach whether justice can be trusted, while community also teach whether neighbors will remain strangers or become partners. These systems continuously shape one another, and this is how societies are cultivated. One healthy choice reinforces another. One compromise invites another. So when a child learns honesty at home, it strengthens trust in the classroom. And trust in the classroom strengthens integrity in the workplace. Integrity in the workplace in its own also strengthens confidence in the marketplace. In turn, confidence attracts investment. Investment inspires opportunity. Opportunity rewards effort. Effort inspires hope. And hope inspires another generation to build instead of just to survive. But the opposite is also true. When cheating becomes normal, standards declines. And when standard declines, competence also worsens. When cheating becomes normal, standard fails quietly. And once standard fails, competence declines. As competence declines, trust begins to disappear. And as trust begins to disappear, the cost of doing business begins to rise. When people spend more resources and energy protecting themselves than creating value, investment slows, opportunity shrinks, and frustration grows. So eventually, we call it economic crisis. But by then, the leaves are simply revealing what the roots have been saying for years. This is why every shortcut has a hidden cost. You see, when a student cheats in an exam, the greatest loss is not the loss of an unfair grade, but the discipline that was never cultivated. And then when someone sells fake medication, adulterated foods, or unsafe products, the greatest loss is not the unfair profit or advantage, but the loss of the trust that has grown out of that transaction. And when we look away because it doesn't concern me, we silently teach that standards no longer matter. Every time we choose the easy way over the right way, we do not simply compromise ourselves, we compromise the society we hope to live in. In such moments, we become the real enemy of the society itself. Civilizations are rarely cultivated by one single decision or moment. They are cultivated by millions of actions and choices we make. The work we do with excellence, the standard we uphold, the responsibility we accept, the shortcut we refuse, the integrity we practice when no one is watching. This is the real work. It isn't glamorous. It doesn't make the headline, and it cannot be completed in one political term. But it is the work that every flourishing society has had to do. It is done patiently, consistently, generation after generation. So perhaps the question is not how do we produce prosperity, because every society wants prosperity. The better question is what kind of society are we cultivating, because no society is ever manufactured. It is not legislated into existence. It is not imported. It is cultivated. It emerges from families that shape characters, schools that shape the mind, businesses that create value, institutions that uphold justice, community that upholds trust. Every citizen who understands that every honest act, every fulfilled responsibility, every excellent piece of work strengthens the root from which everyone eventually benefits. The fruit is visible. The cultivation is not. Yet, without that cultivation, there is no harvest. And perhaps that lesson is what our generation most need to recover. We cannot build this prosperous society we long for while neglecting the conditions that make them possible in the first place. The future is not waiting for us. It's already beneath our feet. And so the question is whether we are cultivating it well. Thank you for joining me. This is Segun Oke, and you have been listening to Unlocking an Abundant Africa. Until next time, please remember, societies are designed before lived, and prosperity does not happen until cultivated. Thank you.